This journey started about 12 months ago. A couple of days ago it was our 12 months anniversary, or our birthday if you want to call it that. And it all started with one text. It started with one person asking the question, if I send you a link, would you take a look at it? So I did. I liked what I saw, I grabbed it and ran with it, and so did a couple of other mates of mine. And together we linked arms, we built a team, we built a culture, and now we are 12 months down the track, and this Team Fusion Australia is now a team of over 4.5, nearly 5,000 people. And this bullet train is going, and it's flying, and we've just started. We're not even officially in the launch yet. That's in May 2016. And I am blown away when I think about where this is going to go, when I look back at what we have done. Even in the beginning, when we really didn't know what we were doing, we were still going. So this is very exciting. This is a huge journey. Anyone that's considering taking this journey now, they're in for the ride of a lifetime. My background was coaching, and I'd spent the last 13 years coaching. Thoroughly enjoyed coaching, and although I wasn't really looking, I had been looking for a little while for other opportunities, but coming up to Christmas, obviously we go, well, it's Christmas, now's not a good time to start a business, so I'd stopped looking, and I was ready to go into gliding season, going flying, because that's one of my passions, and I was just going to settle in for that for the Christmas period over December and January, and then I happened to hop on Facebook.
One of the highlights of my career so far with Kyani in the last year was introducing a gentleman named Jan Bidstrup. I've always dreamt about overriding continents, not just cities, not just states, but literally whole countries. And when myself and Jan Bidstrup started communicating about the business, we together saw the vision of someday overriding all of Australia for Kyani and Team Fusion. And it was kind of funny the way it happened, because he actually reached out to me based on a Facebook post that I put up about leaving my previous company, and he reached out to me asking me what I was doing now and why I would leave. And I simply asked him, if I send you some information, would you take a look at it?
I should put a little bit of spin on the story. Nick asked me, when are you going to watch the link? And I said, I'll watch it tomorrow. And with all the posture in the world, he goes, okay, I'll send it tomorrow. Much to my, I got a little bit offended that he didn't want to send it straight away. Anyway, so come the next morning, I'm looking in my inbox and there's no link. And I send a message back and say, Nick, where on earth is my link? And oh, sorry man, I just got busy. And he finally sent the link that night, and I watched it, and it took about 22 minutes for me to get back to him and said, okay man, what's next? Who can I talk to in Australia?
I was like, Jan, you're it. You're like number one in the country, on the continent. And I could tell in the look in his eyes and in his voice that he was scared, but I could also tell at the same time that he was excited.
I got scared for two reasons. The first reason is I got scared that if I don't do something, somebody else will, and I'll miss out, and I would hate for that to happen. The second realization was, if I'm the first, that comes with a heck of a lot of responsibility. And I got scared in the sense that I thought, well, maybe, what if I can't do it? What if I don't have the skill? There's a lot of what if that went around in my head, but I decided to bite the bullet anyway. One of the very first people I approached with this business, actually I didn't approach him with the business, I approached him for an opinion. Reason being, I tend to sometimes make decisions very, very quickly, and I thought maybe I've left some detail behind. I need to go to somebody I respect, somebody with a lot of business acumen. So I went to a friend of mine, Bruce Doyle.
And that was an interesting call back into the network marketing arena, and I must admit I was a bit gun shy from that, because my experience previously wasn't probably what I expected. But Jan rang me and asked me if I'd have a look at it for him, more as an opinion than anything. And when I looked at it, I thought it actually sounded all right.
And I didn't hear from him for the first 24 hours, and I thought, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't hoping to recruit Bruce or anything, because he had been involved with the industry before and was quite jaded by some of his experiences. So it was never my intent to try to steer him in that direction that he didn't want to go. But he came back to me the next day and he said, I'm listening. I said, well, what are you listening to now? He said, no, I'm listening to you, I'm interested. And it was only another, I think, half a day from there, and Bruce was on the team. This is when I sat down for the first time with my little laptop in the board shorts on my couch with a coffee on the side, and I started on my list, and I sent a pig out to Rick Carney in Adelaide, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was something about, I don't know what you're doing right now, I don't know whether you're happy where you are, but I've just come across something really exciting, and we have an opportunity to be first in this country. I think I even said, how would you like to own Adelaide?
That got my interest, not in terms of owning people, but just being first in the marketplace, being able to be the one who could create and instigate something. I felt an immediate sense of, oh my goodness, that means it would be up to me, but also this sense of excitement and energy in the fact that I would get the chance to be the one that could lead the way. So out of comfort zone in a massive way, but wow, it really sparked something in me that thought, I need to do this, massive opportunity. It's another stage of growth and personal evolution for me, which I really found quite stimulating. Not in a controlling sort of a way, but in the fact that I could really step up and have to take on some greater leadership for myself. And I felt as though this was really very appropriate in my world at this stage.
One of the things that I always wanted to do in my life is spend more time with my family. I haven't always been able to do that. There's been times where the pressure's been on, financial strain, all sorts of things, and that has taken me away from what's most precious to me. That was my family. And I have almost black spots in my memory about my kids growing up. And that's a 5-year period where there was so much stress and so much financial pressure that I can't really remember what went on. We joke about it now, but it's not so much fun when you think about it. It is lost time that you can never get back. And I want to be there for families that are choosing to come on our journey. I want to be there for them to ensure that never happens to them, because it's avoidable. Now I'm on the other side of it. I've built a successful business. I've got income that I can live on more than sufficiently, and it allows me to do whatever I want with Francesca and the boys. We can go and do whatever we want, wherever we want, at the time that we want, and at a tempo that we want, without having to ask for permission. Well, isn't it great to go on holidays? Well, I think it's great to go on holidays without having to ask for permission. Isn't it great not to have to ask for the keys to the toilet? Isn't it great that you can do anything you like without having to ask for permission? We've become a society of people that just have to ask for permission constantly. I don't have to ask anyone for permission. If my family needs something, I can provide it. If I want something, I can do it. If we want to do something together, we do it. And we like to do adventurous things. We like to go out in nature. We visit nature a lot. We go for long walks. We like to do sporting activities, go-karting, rock climbing, caving, jumping out of planes, flying aeroplanes, everything. And I can do that with my family whenever I want. Something I've dreamed of all my life, and I think something most people dream of, always wanting to do. There's always the day, one day we will be able to. The reality is most families won't be able to unless they find something that's different. And we're here to help them with that.
I was really quite excited at the idea of being able to put our own stamp. So Jan and I spoke about this quite consistently over the first few weeks. How do we want this business to look? What do we want it to encompass? What's the philosophies? What's the mindset? With absolute respect to all of the companies that have come before, come out of the US or come out of Europe, landed in Australia, they've been simple reflections of those businesses internationally. So we really wanted to be able to make sure, because we had this opportunity, to put that Aussie stamp, if you like, put that stamp of our own unique cultural elements as we went forward. Of course, with the integrity that we had personally to be able to bring to that, and have a business that was fun to be able to operate, enjoyable, without stress. And of course, we were never naive enough to really think that there wouldn't always be some challenges, because we're a people business, and people are the greatest of life and also the biggest challenges of life. But I must suggest that was really a powerful component too, to be able to make that decision in those first few hours as I looked at Kyani, the chance to be able to really stamp our own sense of who we are on business.
The comp plan really sets Kyani apart. It is the best comp plan I've seen in the industry. My experience going back to the previous company was, I was told there was a lot of money in it, but I couldn't find it. Didn't matter what rank I got to, I was always unexcited about what I was achieving out of it. What Kyani's done here is created a very simple but very complex comp plan. So what it means is that to get through the initial ranks, it's very simple. but there's so many different ways we get paid in this business that it really is a stroke of genius. And I love that from a business point of view, is that there's so much residual income to be made and so many different ways to make it in Kyani. I think one of the other things that stands alone as far as their comp plan is their Dream Car program. And what we've seen is so many people driving cars that they would never have imagined driving at very low levels in the business. So again, this comp plan's been built by some very clever business owners as opposed to someone trying to build a network marketing business. You can see the business smarts flowing through every part of it really.
I think the main point of difference between Kyani and particularly Team Fusion, there are a couple. One is culture. We have a very, very strong culture which we protect fiercely. The second thing is the system or the model that we use. It is very, very powerful. It is very, very fast, and we have the ability to present information to a lot of people really, really quickly, whereas in the past or in a traditional model, what takes 10 days to do, we can perhaps do in 1 day because we use tools to present information rather than ourselves personally. So essentially, we don't speak to people unless they want to talk to us first.
I'm not getting any younger, and to me, travel and lifestyle is what it's about now. So we want to spend more time visiting the kids overseas, doing the things we love, which is travelling to remote islands and drinking great wines. And this is a business vehicle that will let you do that, because I'm not trading time for money. I've never had businesses that I didn't make good money in, but I was always trading time for money. And that's the difference with network marketing. It is true residual income, and it will go on for generations to follow as long as you build it rock solid along the way.
Kyani is the best I've seen. I mean, I've seen more people's lives change for the better in the last 12 months than I have in the last 12 years of network marketing.
I have come from a past, I've seen both sides of the coin. I've seen success, I've seen failures, I've been broke, I've been sick, I've been down the dumps, as a lot of other people have. But what that does is it builds us and makes us stronger, and makes us even more determined. And when I got hold of Kyani, and the business model as well to go with it, I saw that as a massive opportunity to help other people that might have been in similar situations as me. And I can tell you now, we're 12 months down the track, and the successes I'm seeing in the team, because here's one thing we've got to remember. One thing is for you and I to go in and succeed in it, but how many other people can do the same? And Mr. Scott Bulch said something that really struck a chord with me, and it's stuck to my mind ever since. He said to me, Jan, if you can't look your team in the eye and with integrity and honesty say to them that they can do as well in this opportunity as you can, you're in the wrong opportunity. And I heard that and I saw that, and now I witness it day in and day out. And just recently we were in Adelaide for a very large event, and to literally shake hundreds of hands and look into hundreds of pairs of eyes and see what this business has done for them, it's heartwarming. It was deeply emotional for a lot of us on stage, and it was a huge privilege and honour to be part of something that has made such a huge difference to so many lives already, and we're still only 12 months into a journey that's decades ahead of us. So it's exciting.
Just staggering incomes are being made. People's lives are being changed for the better, not just in terms of wealth, but also health. Paid for cars. The Dream Car program out here is unbelievable. We have people retiring from their jobs at an early age. We have parents being able to stay home with their children and spend more time with their family. And so we're very, very proud of what we've been able to do here in Australia. I'm very proud to be able to help them and mentor them, and just be a part of this revolution that's happening here in Australia in the network marketing industry. And I foresee over the next year or two that Team Fusion, Kyani, becomes the number one network marketing company in all of Australia in the next 12 to 24 months.
My vision for the future is, I believe in Australia we can possibly influence and help thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people with their health and their financial situation. I think we have the potential to do that. We're looking at numbers of maybe 50 to 100, maybe 150,000 distributors just in this country, plus however many customers we get on board. But the exciting thing is, as we continue to grow, we have people at the other side, the company, and the Team Fusion team continuing to develop tools and whatever we need to continue to grow. And they're not just going to rest and say, here's your product, here's your tools. They continue to work on both products. And for example, one of the things we have is a phone app, and they continue to develop that app so we stay at the forefront and stay at the spearhead of not only of what we're doing, but the industry altogether. Super exciting.
The best part about this business is not the money, it's not the cars, and not the lifestyle. It's literally the fact that you can genuinely, honestly, legitimately change people's lives for the better. And that is the best feeling that I can even imagine having in life. Everything else aside, everything that we get personally, my personal satisfaction comes from helping other people have success and getting what they want out of life. Whether it be more family time, more money, more health, whatever it is that they're able to accomplish because of this company, I'm just glad I can have a little part in assisting them with that.
We're all on a journey. Everyone has that journey, and if there's anything that touches my heart, and a lot of people say the same thing, if there's anything that deeply affects us, it's the people that come up after the events that we run. And they come up, as it happened to me in Perth only this past weekend. This lady came up and said to me, "Thank you for making that decision. Thank you for saying yes, and have the courage to say yes when you did, because it's changed my life. It's changed my family's life, and I'm forever grateful." That means more to me than anything, means more than money. It is what this business is all about. And all I hope that I've done is inspire somebody to do exactly the same thing and take the stance for somebody else and say yes when it counted, and then link arms with me, and together we go out and we take the second step, and then we take the third one, because we're on a 1,000-mile journey. We've got a lot of lives we can impact, and we can do it together. To me, that is the crux of this. This is this business.